Oh. Greetings, friends, on this lovely greetings. Hello, friends. Where did I forget my manners? Hello, friends, on this September 30th, 2017, Saturday. It's about 9:31 p.m. as I record this, so this is it. This is it. September 2017 is going to be over in a few short hours. Although, depending on where you're at, it might already be over, folks. There you have it. So if there's anything that you still want to do in December 2017, December, that's where my mind is at. September 2017, you'd better do it fast, unless it's already over. Just one of those evenings where you just want to get in your car and drive around. Got in my car, typed in grocery store into the GPS, and just picked one far away that I never been to. They're all sort of the same for the most part. Mostly just somewhere to drive around that I haven't really been to at night, even though I can't really see shit at night anyway. That's alright. Thankfully, it seemed like it was a lot of quiet little streets here and there. I did go in and actually buy something. I got this. I got some Starbucks breakfast blend ground coffee. I'm about to run out of the Turkish coffee and I need something for the French press. So we'll see how it tastes. Maybe I'll even try some when I get home tonight. So yeah, it is day 15 of NOFAP and day 8 of no alcohol and my steak and eggs low carb diet. So doing well, folks, doing well. Nothing terribly special to report on. It's just I talked about a little bit in that Silent Hill Part 3 stream. It sort of feels like I don't know if this is the correct terminology for a sine wave. It goes up and down, except instead of just horizontal, it's sort of headed upwards. But, there is those moments where it does dip down a little. You have moments, maybe that's just life, right? You have your little moments of good and your little bit of moments of not quite bad, but, something. It's just a matter of getting through those days. Just a matter of getting through those days so you can wake up in the morning feeling more refreshed. Is it the loneliness? The whatever? Could be. It's kind of what do I do today? You drive around a little, go to places, something, you see couples, you see this, it's just it's sort of that thing that I talked about, you sort of tell yourself how, oh man, I am just so used to being alone, I don't really care. And, of course, all it takes is the right moment for it to hit you, right? So, it's alright, folks. We're on a slow, steady path upward. It's just going to have sometimes it's going to go up, sometimes it's going to go down, but as long as we stay the course, folks, as long as we stay the course, we'll be headed upwards. At least I certainly hope so. Hopefully it's not all just a whole bunch of bullshit, right? What else else is it really sort of, it's not some sort of seasonal depression, anything like that. I was driving to pick up my mom from work today, just driving through some of the neighborhoods and stuff, taking back streets, just a little extra different scenery, and that sort of seasonal transition into October really hit me pretty good. I'm curious if that's sort of been happening to anybody else. I think it's just sort of brought up these sort of vague, distant, latent memories. I wasn't deliberately trying to be nostalgic or anything like that. It just feels like, for me personally, around this time, there are certain memories here and there that are not, I don't know, that do cause some anxiety, if you will. So it just, it's sort of funny how that happens, huh? Sort of funny how that happens. Oh. What else is going on? What else is going on? It is one of those things where, it's Friday, chatting up some women at work, stuff like that. They're actually, some worked there, some didn't. Like I talked about on the stream, and I sort of mentioned in one of the other videos, just because, it's not quite in the position where you can ask for a phone number, any of that stuff. No reason to get too depressed about it. It's still a great opportunity to just practice talking to people. So I was just talking to this other one that I think she's more new, and one of those where you kind of don't think about too much, and you kind of talk to them a little bit more, and just all right, well, I don't know, it's the conversation. I turned up the weird esoteric Georgie boy on her a little bit, just because it felt like there's a little bit of something there where she wasn't a complete normie, if you will, where it would have scared her off. But who knows? I wasn't thinking about that too much. I was just like, some stuff you got to sort of not be, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said this or that. You got to kind of get out of this apologizing, even if you don't actually apologize for anything. Apologize, even if you're apologizing to yourself, basically. Apologizing for being yourself, if you will. I know this maybe doesn't completely make sense, but that's okay. It was just another one, chatting a bit, stuff like that. We'll see, you're putting your feelers out there, so to speak. Oh, yeah, a bit. You're putting your gropers out there. No, you're chatting up some here and there, and who knows? Maybe eventually one of them will go somewhere, right? Over time. We'll see. I still think, though, something in the back of my head, whatever, tells me that, it's good. This is all good. But the worst possible thing you could do is definitely have that constant focus on women, even though it's something that right now is definitely on your mind quite a lot, right? It's definitely, boy, it sure would be nice to have a girlfriend and this and that and a relationship, and yeah, hold one and make love to her, all that great stuff. But as much as this is a thing you may want, it must be a byproduct of other things you do in life that you focus on and work on. So I know it's one of those, wait, that doesn't really make sense. But an old Georgie boy's head It sort of does. And that's not to say, oh, you don't talk to women, anything like that, but it's not the sole focus, if you will. So it's not this thing that every day you got to get up and, oh, can I go somewhere and try to talk to women? Not quite, because there's other stuff that has to be worked on. The woman thing has to be, I don't know, folks. I probably can't explain it all too well in my, as it sounds like in my head, which makes sense. So that's alright. That's alright, folks. I don't expect for it to really make sense. Well, folks, this will probably about do it for the video. You got 3 more months in the year. 3 more months in the year. I think Psych Out is definitely right. He sort of mentioned this in one of his videos, where it definitely sort of feels like a bunch of us are sort of watching each other, seeing who's going to be the person to make the big changes in their life first, to then inspire the rest, right? It's just another year coming to a close, only to seemingly repeat it again next year, right? Or maybe not. Or maybe not, folks. Maybe this is going to be your year, as hokey as that sounds. Maybe it's going to be your year. Who really knows? There's a process and a vision. This would say there's a vision and a process for the vision. It has different components. It's just sometimes keeping track of the bigger picture and not getting lost on one of the parts of it, I think. Like I said, with the whole, oh, I talked to women a couple times this week. Today I'm so lonely. Well, hey man, there is something much larger you gotta be working for, and I'm sure that is probably the case for you in one way or another, whether you realize it or not. It's just definitely, the sooner you realize it, the better. Alright, folks. You have an absolutely wonderful rest of your evening. I guess I'll see you in the last part. In the last part of 2017. Bye-bye.